Charan, we may take the Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti, you know that?
Yes, sir.
Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Today we are going to start Panchadashi, but today I will give only the history of this book and the author. According to the latest researches, even in internet only one hint is given, I did not find that. Firstly, this book is not entirely by Vidyaranya. You know that? Anyway, so first about Vidyaranya, let us start. Hey, give me that paper. That paper I noted down something. For a long time, of course that confusion had gone, for a long time there was a confusion. We used to say Sai and Madhav. Now it is found that there was one Madhav or Madhavacharya. His younger brother was Sayan, Sayanacharya, and he had a third brother also, Bhognath. Bhoganath. I think his name has given Bhognath and he has only Bhog. So these three brothers were there. And this Madhav is Vidyaranya. Now this Madhav was responsible for the Vijayanagar kingdom. He helped in foundation of that kingdom. And two brothers were the kings, Bukkarai and Bukkarai. So Bukkarai was the king, Bukkarai was his brother. And he was the prime minister of Bukkarai. So that was his high position. Then he left and became a sannyasi. And he was Shankaracharya also, of the Shrungeri Pit. And the Sayan is the Sayanacharya who has commented upon the Vedas. Now, in the Shrungeri Mutt, his Guru has mentioned in the book, so we'll go by that, in this itself. So his Guru was Shankarananda. Now, after Shankarananda passed away, the senior Guru Bandhu became the head. And his name was Bharati Tirtha. It is wrongly mentioned today. I saw two gurus. He had not two gurus. He was a senior Guru Bandhu. And he became in charge. Now you know the name of the book is Panchadashi. It just means a book of 15 chapters. There is no name. Of course, inside when you see 3 parts, you will see. Now Vidyaranya wrote 9 chapters. And because he was a senior Guru Bandhu and a great authority, so he gave him to read. How is my book, you please see. He liked it very much and he added 6 chapters. That is the history.
Who added that?
That senior Guru Bandhu Bharati Tirtha, to him he had given. Yet Guru has passed away. Bharati Tirtha was the senior Guru Bandhu and also in charge of Shrungeri. So after writing 9 chapters, he gave it to him to read. And he liked that style or whatever you say. He added 6 chapters. That is the history. Okay, history is finished. I thought I will talk of history only today. Now about the nature of the book, I feel this is a Manana book. It presupposes that we have read all Upanishads and many other scriptures, because it quotes from variety of scriptures, even Puranas or what not. Now, we know that our sadhana is Shravan Manan Nididasana. So, we have heard Upanishads. Now, rationally presenting the thing, that is the theme here. Brahmajnan is rationalized, as we say, intellectually presented in a convincing manner. So that is the nature of the book. And of course, as we know, why, what I have been telling. You remember 4 words. Adhikari Vishay Sambandha Prayojan in easy English is who or for whom. What? Why? Why or what for? And how? How is the sambandha? So understand, we are sadhakas, whatever that means. We need not define sadhaka. I have defined sometime, many times. Starting from the ant. Ant and engine difference is there. Ant has eye consciousness, engine does not know. Then elephant or lion and man, that they only know they are, nothing more than that. And they want to save themselves. They cannot improve upon anything. But man is man so long as he struggles to rise above nature. That is man's definition. But this struggle becomes outside. He wants to change the universe to suit himself. That is going on. Eternally it goes on. Even Sargaloka, that Abhyudaya, that is all this. Improvement in the living conditions, you may say. But then at a point of evolution, he thinks or he understands that to get fullness, Purnatva, he has to change himself. So this is the sadhana. And immediately 2 things take place in him. According to his understanding, whatever he understands, that he starts. So Shamadama, Uparati, Titiksha, Samadhan, Shraddha, all that he starts. But side by side he understands that without Guru there is no Gati. So he goes to the Guru. So this Adhikar is best defined in the Mundaka Upanishad. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayat nasti akrutah krutena kimsat tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva vigachet samit pani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. This is the full thing. And then sa guru parama krupaya, etc. So we hope we are that. And this has gradations, one should remember. Because Totapuri told Thakur, it seems that you are Vedanta's Uttam Adhikari. So he is Uttam Adhikari who does not require Vedanta. So there are gradations. There is a direction of life. Shankara is very, last year we have seen that in Chatusutri. Anantaryarthe, he says. It's a continuation. Anyway. And the subject matter, people, in how many ways that subject matter is enunciated. One is Atmaikatva. Atmaikatva means there is only one Atman throughout the universe. Another way to put is that Jiva Brahmaikya. So assuming they are true and then showing the identity, assuming in the sense today our consciousness is like that. There is a Jiva and there is Brahman. And on the analysis we find there is no Jiva. Today that question was asked, that aham, so shunya shunya milaylo. And third way is You see, Brahman is not the subject matter. Let us refer to our standard Vedanta, sir. Jiva Brahmaikyam Shuddha Chaitanyam Prameyam. The realization of identity between Jiva and Brahman, which will result in pure consciousness. Anyway, that is the subject matter. Purpose is, of course, Purnatva, Moksha, whatever you like to call it. In so many ways it can be thought of. That Dukkha Samapti sounds little Sankhya-like. Ekantika Dukkha Nivritti Swaswarupananda Vaptischa. We find the purpose, well, Purnatva Prapti, we can say best purpose. Because if we become Purna, then question of Punarjanma will not come at all. Another way to put it is search for unity. Mundaka Upanishad, Kasminno Bhagavo Vidnyate, Sarvamidam Vidnyatam Bhavati. So these are the various ways in which we can. According to Thakur, on the first page of the Gospel till the last page, ईश्वर लाभ जीवनेर उद्देश्य, ईश्वर लाभ जीवनेर उद्देश्य. Now how we get it? By studying critically and devotionally. That is teaching I received. Anyway, let us not go into details because it is said that Asya Vedanta Prakaranatvat Tadiyaiva Anubandhi Tadvatta Siddhi. But every time we discuss, we should discuss it. So we are discussing. Now, coming to the book itself, first I told him, just now before you came, this translation is useless. Straight away I will tell them. So as I told you, there are 3 sections. Here, content, yes. Tattva Vivek, Mahabhuta Vivek, Panchakosha Vivek, Dvaita Vivek, Mahavakya Vivek. That is first section. Then Chitra Deep, Triti Deep, Kutastha Deep, Dhyan Deep, Natak Deep. Second section. Then third section is called Brahmananda section. Brahmanande Yogananda, Brahmanande Atmananda, Brahmanande Advaitananda, Brahmanande Vidyananda, Brahmanande Vishayananda.
Vishayananda also they added.
Yes. It is a manifestation of Brahman only, the bliss of objects. Now in the book which I have, or mission publication, introduction is by T.M.P. Mahadevan, who was a great Vedantist. You know T.M.P.?
Bhagavad Gita translation.
Huh?
One Bhagavad Gita translation is there, Maharaj.
T.M.P. Mahadevan was old student of this student's home. He ran a very big institution in Madras, Institution of Studying Shankar Vedanta. I had given lecture there. So one of his students, either here or somewhere, was the Princess of Greece. In honor of her Guru, she came here. And in honor of her Guru, because her Guru studied here, she donated one room full of milk powder. It had become a problem to spend it. That room, room means small room, that in our back hostel, that side one small room is there in between. In that room we had heaped it. Anyway, so I am telling TMP. So that you people can read. It's a nice introduction. Now we go to the book itself. The first chapter is, that is the problem in my room. Let me see. I have told some people that I have a class in the night today. Class है रे. हाँ. 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 So प्रथमो अध्यायः तत्त्वविवेकः. The differentiation of the real principle has no meaning. Tattva can be translated as the nature of reality. And Vivek is critical understanding of the nature of reality. Discriminative understanding, critical understanding of the nature of reality. Of course, he starts with a Mangalacharan. So the very first chapter is pronouncing the nature of reality. And Viveka is the critical understanding. Namah Shri Shankarananda
Namah Shri Shankarananda
Guru Padambu Janmane
Guru Padambu Janmane
Savilasa Mahamoha
Savilasa Mahamoho
Graha Grasaika Karmane.
Grasaika Karmane.
So this word is little strange. We know Ambuja means lotus. Ambujanmane is also lotus. To complete that vrutta, that which is born of water, Ambujanmane. So he is saluting his Guru. That is very normal, natural among the Vedantis. Either you salute the Lord or you salute your Guru. So Sri Shankarananda was his Guru. He calls also him Guru. Guru Pada. His feet he is saluting. And that feet are lotus feet, that's all. Now what does he do? What does the Guru do? What is, you may say, his only business, occupation? That he tells in the second line. And the important word here is graha. Yes. In translation, monster. No, it is not monster. It is crocodile. And this is moha graha. Crocodile of a delusion. Savilasa Mahamoha. This delusion is great. And then it spreads in our life. That is Savilasa. So the basic great delusion and its spread. This is like a crocodile. Now what the Guru does, or Guru's feet do, grasaika karmane. His only occupation, eka karmane. His only occupation is to swallow or destroy this graha. So you may say at the very outset, he has told our aim of life. He has also told that it comes through Guru's grace. Other things in the translation are humbug. He says Shankar is Brahma and Ananda is Jiva. What nonsense, unnecessary. It is very straight away going down to Guru, and We know unless we bow down, the knowledge does not come to us. And Guru is giving that knowledge. And knowledge he has very nicely described. It is the description of the great delusion under which we are there. And then the delusion spreads everywhere. And desires, calm, karma, everything is the spread of the delusion. In the second shloka, he describes the purpose of this book. Tat padamburuha dvandva
तत्पादाम्बुरुहद्वन्द्व
seva nirmala chetasam
सेवा निर्मलचेतसां
sukhabodhaya tattvasya
सुखबोधाय तत्त्वस्य
vivekoyam vidiyate.
विवेकोऽयं विधीयते.
Chetasam, that is for whom? For those who have purified their mind. So Adhikar is being told now, Nirmala Chetasam. And how that purification takes place? By serving the Guru's feet. Dvandva here means the couple. Padamburuha. Amburuha is again lotus. Tat padamburuha. Tat means Guru's feet. By serving Guru's feet, mind has become pure. So this represents our karma, all karmas. Sukha bodhaya. Translation of bodha should never be understanding. Bodha means change of consciousness. Thakur says, bodhe bodh hai. For Jnana he says, in our receptor, in our consciousness, the new consciousness shines. This should become easy. Easy means, now what is easy? One example I am giving. In the olden days, they drew water from the well, like this. So it used to produce tremendous strain on the stomach to pull like this. Then they discovered that wheel and they pull like this. According to laws of physics, the work done is the same, but easier way. The change which we require in our life is the same, net result is the same. But suddenly if you go to it, it will not happen. So there can be processes which will make it easy, but we will have to undergo the same trouble. That is what I am telling. Same effort done in a natural or easier way. This is Sukha Bodhaya. Tattvasya Vivek. That Tattva Vivek he has said. Tattva Vivek is a Shashti Tatpurush Samaj, so he has split it here. Tattvasya Viveka. Discriminative or analytical or critical analysis of the real nature of truth. Vidhiyate again, vidhiyate meaning will be
Understand. Understand.
mandate, karma. But not karma. So, vidhi is there, no Vedas?
Oh.
That vidhiyate. So, in the context of Jnana Yoga, the vidhi becomes Shravan Manan Vyasana only. It is not a vidhi to do some particular karma. Today in Kathopanishad it had come, Anushthaya na shochati. So Anushthan will be meditation only. So he is instructing us how to do that, how to discriminatively find out the nature of truth. That is being, Vidiyate also means prescribed, that is being prescribed. That is the easier translation. Today let us stop here. We have introduced. Om Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.